All right, well, thank you. I was not expecting this at all. Truly. I know the classiest thing would be to downplay the effort that went into this role and how much this means to me, but the truth is this was 5.5 years of my life. I poured everything I had into playing this incomparable artist, Mr. Bob Dylan, a true American hero, and it was the honor of a lifetime playing him. And I know we're in a subjective business, but the truth is, I'm really in pursuit of greatness. I know people don't usually talk like that, but I want to be one of the greats. I'm inspired by the greats. I'm inspired by the greats here tonight. I'm as inspired by Daniel Day-Lewis, Marlon Brando, and Viola Davis as I am by Michael Jordan and Michael Phelps, and I want to be up there. So I'm deeply grateful to that. This doesn't signify that, but it's a little more fuel, it's a little more ammo to keep going. Thank you so much.
So what was your reaction to his speech? You guys have been very vocal all show. Mixed.
Listen, I don't want to knock anybody's hustle, but Timothy, that should have stayed in your journal, my friend. Inside thoughts. And he just blurted it out, and I just thought to myself, you little brat.
Really?
And I felt that if my daughter up there went up there and said something like that, I'd be like, to quote one Kendrick Lamar, be humble.
They say to shoot for the stars, but whisper the limitations of reality. They say to follow your dreams, but whisper the importance of safety. They say be proud and put yourself out there, but tell us to stay humble. The simple art of being passionate has been lost. I mean, how can we find the balance between trying and living as the person we dream to become, while staying humble in order to recognize that we are still in process? How can we announce our dreams without the fear of reprimand when it takes one individual to foolishly critique it? In all honesty, dreams are not easily shared, and they are even more difficult to accept. Years, months, days, all spent in convincing myself that the reality I wanted was one of fairy tales and I didn't deserve it. Why me? I asked. Why do I want this? I questioned. It's easy to act in nonchalance because it takes away the act of caring. When you care about something, you want it to work, you want it to happen. And if it doesn't, well, you failed. Once we declare a passion, there has to be evidence that measures up to the expectations that we gave others, as well as ourselves. I want to be successful. I want to be seen. I want to be known. Wanting. The literal opposite of acting in nonchalance. Timothée Chalamet demonstrated incredible vulnerability in recognizing that his passion and commitment is working. His announcement of wanting to be one of the greats was not a question, but rather it was a declaration. I want to be one of the greats. Years of work and passion led him up on the stage to declare to millions of people that he cares. He cares so much that he in his soul wants to be known for the thing he so fiercely loves. At 16 years old, I remember a time I was judged, but lacked the awareness to recognize it. "You're such a try-hard," said a boy I liked. In the moment, I was working on a project and I was so excited about it because it required us to draw and be creative. I spent hours doodling and tracing my art, coloring the crevices and making handwritten notes on the poster. I had stayed up until 1 a.m. completing it. A try-hard is a derogatory term for someone who puts too much effort into or cares too much about whatever it is they're doing. 4 years later, at 20, I remembered that incident. I recognized that it was supposed to be an insult. Something I was supposed to be embarrassed to be called, but I remembered not really feeling anything. I mean, yeah, I want a good grade, I had said, but it wasn't only about the grade. It was about my future, a future where I would be the first person in my family to attend university, a future that I had spent 10 plus years before 16 working on. I want to go to college, I had said at 6 years old, and at 22, I graduated from university. We are embarrassed to want something because we are scared of what people will think. Fortunate for us, just because someone doesn't want something for themselves doesn't mean you should be ashamed to want it for yourself. Choosing to want something, to be passionate about, or our aspirations, and to hope for a future where our declaration was the initiation of our success story, takes courage. Nonchalance is the choice to not care because it gives us comfort. If we don't care about the things that we want, no one will expect anything from us, and we don't have to be held to a standard. We save ourselves the risk of failure and the embarrassment that comes with it, but let me remind you of something. When night comes, and it's no one but you and your head, there will always be a little voice waiting to be heard. This voice is our deepest desires. We must not be scared to live in our truth, and way less scared of feeling the judgment of others, because to put it simply, we don't have the privilege of living more than once. Therefore, live your life fearlessly. Stand in your truth and accept it as a part of you. The dream that is in your heart has landed there for a reason, and until you act on it, the little voice in your head will serve as a reminder that you are resisting your truest, authentic self. No amount of nonchalance will trick you into letting go of your deepest and truest desires. There will be people around you who knock you down for trying, who see your ambition and choose to speak badly on it simply due to one thing: their own failures. It is known that a master would never look down on a novice who trips and fall. Rather, they pick them up and encourage them to keep going as fiercely as they can. For the master remembers the days he tripped and fell. Having ambition isn't a crime, at least to those who know what it is to dream, who know what it is to lay down at night not being able to sleep because their passion kept them awake. Therefore, I'm here to remind everyone, even myself, to truly live is to live with passion, to passionately move step by step towards our wildest dreams, paying no mind to those who attempt to hold us back, because to truly live is to live unapologetically passionate. Guys, this is Teddy. Teddy!